Alright guys, so now we're in part 4 of our Star Wars Battlefront 2 single-player campaign run-through. This is the canon story. If you guys are just joining us, you're going to want to go to part 1. We'll link that down below. Right now we're going to be playing as Iden Versio as she heads to her homeworld of Vardos.
Welcome back, Agent Miko. The Admiral needs us to extract an Imperial ally on my homeworld of Vardos. The target is Protectorate Gleb, a local official who once mentored both Agent Hask and myself. I don't know how this connects to Operation Cinder, but I have to trust the Admiral. Make the jump to Vardos.
We are here in Vardos. It's an Imperial world, a very pro-Imperial world. People do pretty well on this planet. It's where the Versios are like king. Her father kind of brought Vardos into the Empire, so he's like a hero.
Why is it here?
Well, it's delivering cargo. It's carrying their satellites. Moff Wraith said they were needed.
The satellites that are going to go to Naboo and destroy the atmosphere, haha, with hurricanes.
Either with the Admiral. Now I know why.
Satellites are aligned, sir.
Excellent. I did not call for you, Commander Versio.
Vardos is our target?
One of them, yes.
Why? The entire planet and its people, they're loyal to the Empire.
The Emperor commands it. We'll purge this planet and others. Fear shall spread and the galaxy will remember who is in control.
Oh man, listen, old man.
The Empire is our
The Emperor's
home.
dead, dude.
And we will do as the Emperor commands.
You can tell he's terrified. He has no idea what's going on.
I don't take
He's about to
orders from
freaking
dead men.
destroy
You take orders
his
from
home planet.
me. Activate the satellites now.
Tension between the daughter and the father. Feeling it, guys? Thanksgiving's gonna be pretty tough for this family. Well, their home's gone. Most of their family's probably dead now.
Leave for Vardos immediately. Recover Protectorate Gleb. She is your only target. That is all. That is all.
Oh, she's pissed. She's heated. I think Versio's gonna turn too now.
Contact Agent Hask on the Corvus.
Uh-oh.
Tell him I need to
He doesn't trust his own daughter. He wants Hask to watch over him. As I said before, Hask is the most hardcore guy. He probably doesn't have morals. Versio is kind of in the middle. She's very loyal to the Empire because it's only brought good things to her life, but she's starting to definitely question what the hell's going on. You know, her home planet is about to be destroyed by the Empire, by her dad. And as we saw with Del Miko, he's already on his way to becoming a rebel. So, very interesting. Alright, let's get to it. Alright, let's get Gleb.
Follow me.
Do you still remember your way, Commander?
I don't forget.
Don't be smart with me, dude.
This storm is unnatural. I've never seen anything.
Yeah, look at that.
Locals must be terrified. This is just the beginning. When people see what we've done here, that terror.
Honestly, I lived through Hurricane Sandy. It's a lot worse than this.
Aren't evacuating civilians. Civilians are expendable.
Hold here. You ready to move
Our
out?
people will evacuate first.
These are our people.
This is an Imperial world. A place we're supposed to protect.
That's true.
Telling me I can't leave in my own ship?
When you're clear to exit,
Your face is
Vardos
messed
space,
up.
you may depart.
Looks like a dried prune. Alright. I'm guessing this is the way. This looks like the right way. Alright. Oh, wow. You know, the way Vardos is described is like it's full of Imperial loyalists, like people love the Empire, but it looks like things are changing now that there are like 5 or 6 gigantic yellow hurricanes in the sky. It's messed up, they're just like keeping them there. I wonder how many of these stormtroopers are going to end up dying too. They're probably going to leave them here as well. Operation Cinder is just like terrible, man. It's kind of like what the Russians did in World War II to stop the Nazi advance. You know, they just burned all their farmland and destroyed their factories. But there was a point to that because the Nazis were advancing. There's really no point to this except to create chaos. And the Emperor is just being a dick. He's not even alive anymore. You know? Complete dick move.
We've put our troopers in harm's way as well.
They'll evacuate when ordered to. Their fearlessness.
Oh look, there's your father.
Shows true discipline. The Gleb deserves an early evacuation, does she?
Gleb oversees the future Imperial Leaders School here.
Future Imperial leaders. That's interesting. Kind of sounds like Brundle Hux, father of Armitage Hux.
The people of Vardos are loyal to the Empire. Why should they be left to suffer?
This is all for the greater good, Commander.
None of this looks good to me. Vardos was our home, Hask.
The Empire is our home. Operation Cinder is a test to prove that we are worthy of what it will become.
Yeah, you sound brainwashed, Hask.
Maybe that's because I listened to the Admiral's orders.
Don't forget the chain of command.
But anyway, a part of the contingency plan, by the way, guys, is the establishment of the First Order. And one of the things they needed to do, of course, was to create a new training program, which means, I mean, it does make sense you'd want someone like Pleb to come in, someone who can brainwash kids and train them to be good Imperials for the future.
It is about time. Iden Versio. The Admiral sent you. I knew I was important.
A lot shorter than I thought.
Target acquired. Get a move on, Gleb.
She is giving me orders now. Precious.
Whoa.
Never trust the Rodian.
The others will stay here. They are not important. Come.
Oh, God.
Commander. We have a ship on landing bay 2. You'll be safe there. Go. Go now. Go. Whoa. What are you doing? No.
Uh-oh.
This is not our
Hask.
mission.
Stand down. It's okay. We'll get you off-world. Go.
No. Don't you!
I am your commander. Stand down.
Iden, our orders are clear. We are to recover the Protectorate Gleb.
Oh, Hask. Hask's programming is kicking in.
Look around you, man. Do you even recognize the Empire anymore?
Please don't do this.
The
Just don't do
Empire's
this.
job is to save civilians from things like Operation Cinder.
This is the new Empire.
If this is the new Empire, I want no part of it. I'm
That's
taking
right,
the orders
Del.
of my commanding officer.
Are these your orders? Are these your
Whoa,
orders?
don't
Because
shoot
if they
Del.
are, this is treason.
Don't shoot Del. Come on.
Are these your orders?
Yes.
Then I have mine.
Lower your weapon.
Defiance will be the death of
Oh, good shot from the hip. Never liked you, Hask. Never liked you.
Admiral Versio. Commander Versio. And Agent Nico have abandoned the mission they've committed.
All you got is the Empire, man. That's the problem with you, Hask. You got nothing else.
Understood. Return Gleb to me. That is your mission. I will
The
take
plot
care of the
thickens. Ooh,
traitors.
this is very interesting. So now, Versio isn't a rebel. She hates the rebels still, but she's not necessarily
There's a passage
with the
on
Empire
other side of the
anymore.
plaza.
Very
That's our
interesting.
way out.
I'm with you, Commander.
Hold your fire. If they spot us, we're in trouble. We're too exposed. We need to
Oh,
get
what
out
the
in
hell?
open.
Come on, Buckethead.
Open fire!
On the same side. I thought we were on the same side. Well, it feels good that I'm shooting stormtroopers. I mean, it almost feels normal. I like stormtroopers, don't get me wrong, but like, oh wait, hold up. There you go. I just feel better shooting them because they have helmets on and you can't see their faces, you know? So I just don't like shooting humans. Aliens, fine. Humans, not so much. You know, we all should be on the same side. Alright, let's keep going here. Let's see what we got. I'm glad Dell's still on my side.
Slice it, droid. We have to reach the Corvus and get out of Imperial space. It's our only chance.
It's kind of sad what happened with Haas, by the way.
Then we need to take down the anti-air
He
cannons.
grew up with Iden. In the books, that's what it says.
Keep it together, Agent Miko. We have civilians on the Corvus relying on us.
We don't have Imperial comms anymore. The Corvus won't even know we're coming.
We'll figure it out.
What's going on? I'm confused. I'll tell you what, the stormtroopers do take more shots, so it is confirmed the armor actually does do something. It's funny because I've been reading a certain point of view, and it really says like...
We've been sentenced to death. We protect ourselves or we die.
And it like follows around the stormtroopers on Tatooine, and they basically hate their jobs. they are just like the biggest bums. They live for like, you know, their after-hour cantina.
Shut down the anti-air systems
fun time.
Following your lead.
But they also complain constantly about how they can't see anything through their helmets and that their armor doesn't work. So I found that interesting because, you know, it's kind of conflicting with other things we've heard of the armor and everything. I mean, basically, stormtrooper armor, it's based around those black body gloves, as you can see, peeking out. These are like kind of, they're for insulation, I believe, right? And then the white armor panels, which are made out of like plastoid and other composites, they deflect the blaster bolt somewhat, but they also reflect it, and they help spread out the damage across the entire body. I don't know if I'm explaining that very well, but essentially, it doesn't necessarily stop the blaster, it kind of spreads it out across your body. So instead of getting burned in one place, your whole entire body gets burned, but in a much less painful way. I don't know if that actually does anything. Okay, I think we're good. What is going on? You know, these cards are so confusing. I have no idea what the hell's going on. Survivalists. Alright, let's do that. And kill streak Vanguard, recharge Vanguard, detonate. Thermal detonator. I'm a grenade guy. I like that. Alright. Well then, my first one's missing, so shield. Okay, good. Alright, let's do this. But yeah, that's how Stormtrooper armor is supposed to work. It's supposed to be a lot better than what the Rebels wear, but also most of the Rebels' weapons are designed to pierce Stormtrooper armor, so, you know, like, doesn't really work that well in the long run.
For safety. Slice this.
It does look cool, though. It does look cool.
This way. Stay quiet and they won't see us coming.
Understood.
Wait for my mark.
What walker? Oh, crap. I'm not trying to fight that guy. I don't even have the right weapons. Alright, let's keep running, guys. We're almost there. Oh, wow.
Walkers deploy troopers in this area. Maintain cover.
Oh, that sounds like fun. Now, I know in the first Battlefront there was a multiplayer map centered around, like, Hoth and, like, you know, the AT-ATs. So it should be interesting to see if we can actually drive an AT-AT this time around. I mean, that'll be really cool. Alright, let's try to take out as many as we can in stealth mode. Oh, that was kind of messed up. Guys, again, if I just start talking nonsense, it is like 5 in the morning right now. I've stayed up all night playing this game. As you can tell, my my reaction time is very slow right now. I'm basically just going on auto mode. So I apologize for that. Maybe this will be the last one I do tonight, and then I'm gonna try to sleep and continue this in the morning. Alright, where's AT-AT? I got my shield on. Yeah, it does this. Ah! Ah, don't die, don't die. Uh-oh. Commander Versio! That was no good. Alright, let's keep going, guys. I got this. I got this.
Slice, please.
What am I slicing? I don't want this. Okay. Let's try this one more time. Is that an explosion thingy? Yes, it is. Oh, that was awesome. That was awesome. We need more of that. Oh. You know, one of the things in the Inferno novels that kind of surprised me was, like, a lot of their early missions involved them killing Imperials. Like, they had to do it a lot to go undercover with, like, rebel extremist cells. So, you know, these guys are pretty ruthless killers, you know. They're not exactly protagonists. They're kind of like anti-heroes in some ways. But again, we'll see what happens in the next, you know, few missions. I have a feeling Iden might have to join with the rebels eventually. I mean, like, Del Meeko, it's like a pretty good fit for him. He's kind of, again, like the easygoing, nice guy. But it's going to be hard for Iden, I mean. Because in Inferno Squad, you really hear, you know, explain why she hates the rebels. She's your classic Imperial. She thinks the rebels are just essentially terrorists. They're causing chaos. They're destroying a system that works. You know, she considered the destruction of the Death Star as a huge terrorist attack. It was like their 9/11, you know. Essentially, they lost millions of people. Many officers and soldiers that she knew were killed during that event. And I'm sure the second Death Star getting blown up probably pissed her off even more. So, like, it'll be interesting to see exactly where she'll fit in all this. Because, I mean, in reality, there's going to be two factions.
There's the walker.
For the Empire, in the waning years of the Empire, it's going to be Gallius Rax's kind of Imperial remnant, and he's kind of like the protege of Palpatine, and he's going to be handling the contingency plan and Operation Cinder and everything. And then you have Admiral Ray Sloan, who is more like Imperial Navy, and she's kind of like a no-nonsense, I would say, good Imperial. You know, she actually cares about the Empire, the people. I think her background was like, she was from a world that was constantly being under attack by pirates, and the Empire saved them from that. So, like, she's battling against Gallius Rax to stop all this craziness like Operation Cinder. So maybe Iden will link up with her. That'd be kind of cool, because we haven't really seen much of Ray Sloan outside the books. Oh my god, I'm driving an AT-AT.
Commander, I've got the civilians you sent.
This is kind of stupid.
Good. Lock down the Corvus. Agent Hedges will send troopers to capture the raider.
Way too big.
I'm with you, no matter what they say. Careful in that storm.
This feels a little mean. Not gonna lie.
I see the anti-air
Hey, little guy.
I'll take him out.
Oh man. Oh, let's kill some civilians. Can we do that? Ah. Uh-oh.
I can't believe how far the Admiral is willing to go.
He's following his orders.
His orders aren't good enough.
Neither were ours. We need to get the civilians off Vardos.
Then what?
First, we get out of Imperial space. Then we come up with a plan.
Yeah, it's also interesting to see how, I guess Iden's relationship is gonna change with her dads. I mean, like, it was never that good to begin with, and I feel like it's just gonna get worse now. So it should be interesting, but like at least in the novels, it was hinted several times that like her father really does care about her. He doesn't want to show her at all, but he does care, you know? There's this kind of storyline about how his father had divorced his mother, who was... So Iden Versio's mother was a propagandist. Like, she painted, like, propaganda posters for the Empire. She traveled around and, like, you know, she was, like, very artistic, and Iden really loved her, but during the book, her mother was actually sick with some incurable disease, and she was dying. And a part of her mission, Iden Versio pretended to betray the Empire to get on the good side of the rebel terrorist groups. And like, her father was so strict about like who could know that Iden was really a double agent, that even her own mother didn't know that Iden was a double agent. So like, her mother essentially thought that her only daughter had betrayed the Empire, and that made her, you know, extremely upset. Extremely upset. And then when Iden Versio finally finished her mission and she was no longer undercover and had returned to the Empire from the rebels, she found out that her mother died, and she thought that her mother had died, thinking that she had betrayed the Empire, and that really upset her. But it turned out that her father went against orders, and went against orders and told her mother on her deathbed that Iden was just a part of this elaborate plan to infiltrate the rebels. So he did break the rules that one time. God, guys, I'm really sorry. I know I sound like an idiot right now. I can't really multitask at all, and I'm so sleepy. God, I can do this. I can do this. The little damn walkers. Kill the walkers. Alright, aim for the knee joint. Aim for the knee joints.
Keep blasting it. We've got nowhere else to go.
Come on. One more. There it is.
Well done, Commander. We're almost out of this.
I mean, why are these stormtroopers not taking cover, and why are they shooting it? Like, a blaster really doesn't do anything against something like this. I wonder if the TIE Fighter does something like against the AT-AT armor. Because in Rogue One, you guys remember that X-Wing took out the it wasn't an AT-AT, but it was, you know, the AT-ATs with the open middles, but it took it out anyway by like shooting its neck joint. So I'm guessing that starships have more powerful gun emplacements on them. Oh crap! Yeah, right. How did I get out so quickly?
Corvus,
all right.
get everyone on board.
Yes, Commander, but that lightning is sorting out our system. It might take some time.
Alright, I guess so. We're going against the wishes of our father, but this was actually quite common during this time period. Essentially, you know, it was like every admiral for himself, or every general, every commander. Everyone was just taking whatever resources was under their command, and, you know, some tried to follow the Emperor's initiatives. Others just took over space and essentially became warlords. It was a very interesting time for the Empire. I guess you could compare it to when the Soviet Union collapsed and a bunch of rogue generals just ended up selling plutonium to the black market, and tanks and helicopters and nuclear submarines. That's essentially what's happened to the Empire. Is this guy on my side? No, I guess not. Oh, crap.
Another unit inbound.
Oh no. Uh-oh. I don't know if I had anything to fight that walker. Oh my god. What do I do now? What do I do? Del, what do I do, Del? God, is that a rocket launcher? Nope, not a rocket.
They'll do everything they can to keep us grounded.
Just get me in the Corvus.
How do we get in the Corvus? How do we get in the freaking Corvus?
Enemy heavy weapons ahead.
Lower the ramp. God, I got Imperial Navy troopers who have no armor. Now see, these are the guys you never hear about, the Imperial Navy troopers. I heard there's another interesting story from a certain point of view, and like it essentially talks about how it's much harder to be an Imperial Navy trooper or an Army trooper because you don't have a helmet on, so you have to always keep a very stoic expression. Whereas if you're a Stormtrooper, you could basically be making funny faces under the helmet the whole time. Like, you could be sticking your tongue out, or, I don't know, whatever you want. Whoa. But yeah, I always thought that was a kind of interesting anecdote. Who the hell shot that down? Oh, crap. Where is he? Took you a while, Jesus Christ.
Everyone inside, now!
I'm out. Oh no, bring him up. I like Iden. See, she's taking care of her guys. That's a good leader, you know. These are the good Imperials, and I'm glad we're finally seeing them in action, you know. Because there's a part of me that thinks that there are parts of the Empire that actually make sense, you know. The Republic was a mess. Just a mess. Oh god, Operation Cinder is commencing.
Admiral Versio. Agent Hask reporting. Mission accomplished, sir.
Congratulations, Commander.
He's always wanted that promotion. But he feels uneasy about it. I think he feels uneasy about it. It wasn't really earned. Alright guys, that's it for part 4. Next episode, Iden Versio meets up with a very famous rebel general. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button so you know when that video comes out. We'll get it out as soon as possible. Yeah, thanks for joining us today. If you're watching this, you are Generation Tech.